Once upon a time there lived a little boy named Temujin in a place called Mongolia. Now, Mongolia wasn't your typical playground. Oh no. Back then, it was more like a survival challenge. Picture endless grassy plains, fierce neighbors, and life so tough that only the strongest could lead. You see, Temujin's dad, Yasuge, was the leader of their clan. But when Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned during a peace negotiation. What a treacherous move, right? So now his mom, Holin, had to step up and protect her clan. But let me tell you, things got rough. They lost their home and everything they owned. And soon, enemies attacked them thinking they were all alone and vulnerable. Talk about bad timing. Young Temujin witnessed all this, watching people get hurt and wondering what he could do. At that moment, he vowed to himself, "I won't be a victim. I'm going to rise above this and become strong." Well, that was just the beginning. You see, growing up, Temujin didn't have it easy. When he was 11, he killed a rival's son who tried to attack him and his family. And believe it or not, instead of getting in trouble, Temujin's mom actually praised him. "That's my boy," she said. "You defended our family. I'm proud of you." That's when Temujin learned something very important. If you don't stand up for yourself and those you love, nobody will. And that's exactly what he did. He grew into a brave young man, always ready to fight for what was right. He became famous for his skills in hunting, archery, and horseback riding. No wonder everyone started calling him Genghis, which means ocean or supreme leader. But here's the thing. As Temujin got older, he didn't just think about himself anymore. He started thinking about others too. He noticed that all the tribes in Mongolia kept fighting each other, and it made him sad. So he dreamed of uniting all these tribes, turning them from enemies into friends. One day, Temujin decided it was time to make that dream come true. He gathered everyone together and told them, "Stop fighting. Let's work together to build something great." But guess what? Most people didn't agree with him. They thought he was crazy. And one of them, Temujin's own blood brother, Jamuka, even turned against him. Suddenly, Temujin found himself in a big, scary mess. But you know what? He didn't back down. Instead, he fought hard, showing bravery that amazed everyone. In 1206, after defeating many enemies, Temujin was finally recognized as the leader of all the Mongol tribes. He took the name Genghis Khan, meaning ocean or supreme leader. Finally, his dream of uniting the Mongols was coming true. Okay, so now that Genghis Khan became the leader of the Mongols, let's talk about how he made sure everyone in his group followed the rules. Well, first off, he created something called the Yasa. Basically, it was like a rule book that everyone had to follow. The Yasa covered everything from how people should treat each other to how they should handle their animals. For example, it said that if you made up lies that hurt someone's feelings, you had to pay a fine. And if you stole, you had to give back what you took plus an extra amount. And get this, the Yasa also said that if you wanted to divorce your wife, you couldn't just kick them out. You had to give them half of everything you owned and send them away with honor. Now, the Yasa wasn't just about punishments. It also talked about how everyone should be kind and honest. It even protected people's homes and belongings. And believe it or not, it even gave women more rights than they had in many other places at that time. You see, Genghis Khan believed that if everyone followed these rules, there would be peace and everyone could work together. But let me tell you, following the rules wasn't always easy. Genghis Khan's group was full of different kinds of people, and sometimes they didn't agree on things. But when that happened, Genghis Khan didn't just yell at them. He talked to them, trying to understand why they felt the way they did. And most of the time, he found ways to make everyone happy. After all, Genghis Khan knew that being a leader wasn't about having power. It was about helping everyone in his group succeed. Now, while Genghis Khan was busy organizing his group and making sure everyone played nice, let's talk about his amazing military skills. This guy was a brilliant strategist, like a real-life version of the character Sun Tzu. You know, the guy who wrote The Art of War? First off, his army was super flexible. When I say flexible, I mean they could change their plans quickly based on what was happening. They weren't like those slow giants back then who just marched forward without thinking about what might happen next. Genghis Khan's army didn't attack on flat fields where everyone could see each other. Nah, they picked spots with high ground where they could surprise their enemies. Even when they attacked head-on, They did it with secret weapons like catapults hidden under trees. As for defending, forget those thick stone walls. Genghis Khan's soldiers built small, sneaky fortresses that were perfect for ambushing. These fortresses looked like hills with fake trees, and when the enemy got close, boom, they attacked. Once they even pretended to be scared and ran away, tricking the other side into thinking they had won. Then, when the enemy got too comfortable, the Mongols attacked and caught them off guard. And let's not forget about their amazing horses. They trained their horses to go really fast and turn quickly, like they were dancing on the battlefield. And those horses helped them win many battles. But despite all this planning, if they faced a tough situation, Genghis Khan wasn't afraid to talk to the enemy leader. He liked to solve problems with words before using swords. Only when talking didn't work did he unleash his super flexible army. Now, get this. As the Mongols kept winning, Genghis Khan didn't just keep conquering new lands. He also made sure to take care of the people living there. He set up trading routes and protected merchants on their travels. In fact, he made it illegal to harm merchants traveling between cities. And if anyone broke the rules, they had to pay back double what they stole plus face some serious punishment. Wow, right? Now, besides keeping the peace, Genghis Khan also understood the importance of education. He built schools and encouraged people to learn. He wasn't just smart himself, but he also loved learning. If he didn't understand something, he asked questions and listened carefully to the answers. Plus, he had a massive library filled with books from all over the place. And if someone wanted to borrow a book, he didn't charge them any fees. However, he did ask them to return the book on time and take good care of it. Imagine that, a free library hundreds of years ago. So we've seen how Genghis Khan became the leader of the Mongols, how he made sure everyone followed the rules, and how he was an amazing military strategist and a supporter of education. But here's the thing. Genghis Khan wasn't just a leader, he was a legend. The guy led his army like a boss, conquering more land than anyone else before him. He even had a secret weapon, spies. Yep, he had a network of spies all over the place. They gathered info about other groups, helping him make smart decisions in battles. And get this, he introduced accounting rules to keep track of their money and resources. Yeah, this guy was all about organization. But even legends have to end somewhere, right? Genghis Khan died in 1227, but nobody knows exactly how. Some say he fell off a horse, others say it was poison. But no one knows for sure. And his secret burial place is still hidden. But even though he's gone, his legacy lives on. The Mongols kept expanding their empire for generations, and their rulers traced their bloodline back to Genghis Khan. Think about it. Genghis Khan started as a young boy who had to fight for everything he got. He rose to become a legendary warrior and a wise leader. He taught us that even if you start with nothing, you can become a powerful leader if you're smart, brave, and fair. And although he was a fierce fighter, he also showed us that understanding and communication can be powerful tools, too. So remember the story of Genghis Khan, the man who conquered the world. Because his journey reminds us that anything is possible if you dare to dream it.